Hello everyone and welcome to the channel IPM Careers. My name is Raghav Shukla and I'm the CM of IPM Careers. Today we have Snehadeep sir with us from Master Union and I think he is the perfect person to answer all your queries related to Master Union Administration's program related to business and all the UG courses. Hello, Snehadeep sir, how are you?
Hi, good evening, everybody. Hello, namaskar. Thank you so much for welcoming me. I am very well,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. Okay. So, I think we should start the session now, sir. So, what is the first thing, Snedeep, sir, what do you like to tell about Masters Union?
Dekhiye, it's been a year and 4 months, 5 months that I have seen a tad bit of Masters Union. I think it's definitely a concept which is disrupting education industry for sure. It's taking over innovation by a storm. Fundamentally, हम लोग एक business school थे पहले. We started as a tech and business school in 2020 by alums of Harvard, Wharton, and Stanford. जो हमारे founder हैं, Mr. Pratham Mittal, he's right now on Shark Tank India as a
Yeah,
shark in the Campus Special series. And then my MD also, Ms. Swati Ganeti, she's an IITN from IIT Delhi undergrad and, went to Bain and Company and then Wharton School. So eventually, why we started Masters Union, एक बहुत simple problem था that what we understand, what we study in colleges versus what is expected out of your first job, usually has no connection. You know, at least if
yeah,
you look into Indian careers,
yeah,
आपने English literature पढ़ा है, then eventually you are probably working as a finance analyst, which is
yes,
great, but connection कुछ उतना खास है नहीं, right?
can,
I think उसी चीज को bridge करने के लिए we started Masters Union that where courses are taught by people who are relevant in the industry. You know, I mean
okay,
AI for example आप उसी को देख लो AI has taken over everything by a storm. आज we are in a situation where we can create a website in literally 5 minutes. While I'll tell you this, Raghav, some of the best schools I know in the country are still teaching HTML to their students,
yeah,
right?
must be,
So I think that was the fundamental gap that we were trying to bridge. And then we figured out that if you want industry professionals to come and teach, they also don't have all the time in the world to be stuck in Gurgaon's traffic, right? So we
Hmm.
started our campus in DLF Cyber Park. तो काफी जो आपके viewers हैं जिनको पता नहीं है campus कहाँ पे है. So we are in DLF Cyber Park, Udyog Vihar. That is where fundamentally our campus is. Needless to say,
Okay,
Cyber Park may we have 400 plus companies. Some of those companies are in our building itself. We have Ernst and Young, PwC, Volvo India headquarters, Microsoft, Bain. So I think this was the concept, Raghav. That's how we started Masters Union.
okay,
Today, if I could tell you, we not only have UG, we have PG, we have PGP as well. I'll of course focus more on UG, but हम लोगों ने UG शुरू किया 2023 में. From then to now, we have 750 students around in our three undergrad cohorts. And my team actually did this exercise. We Googled top 10 schools in India, and seven of them were represented in our student cohorts. So that is how grand masters unions undergrad has become.
okay, great. So what are the programs that you are offering for the undergrad students in your college?
So primarily there are five programs which are in three different schools. Sabse pehle we have the School of Business, which has three programs under it. There is Tech and Business, जहाँ पे आप business development के साथ साथ you're also learning the back side of it. Let's say you want to be a product manager. सीधा प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर इज somebody जिसको थोड़ा बहुत टेक भी आना चाहिए, जिसको ये भी समझना चाहिए कि how do I retain my existing client to keep on contributing to my revenue, right? So that is a great profile for tech and business. Next we have psychology and marketing. Psychology का राघव आज इंडिया में we have a very academic offering, I'd say. Most of the people who take psychology as their major or minor in undergrad would do maybe animal psychology or
Yeah,
cognitive psychology or neuroscience. But here we are offering marketing also with it. मतलब marketing is what किसी भी brand का marketing campaign is based on a study of consumer minds, right? A
yeah,
study of mind is psychology in hindsight. So that is a course we are offering. Next, we have Finance and Eco, which is a new course that we have launched this year. And this course is integrated with CFA and CA pathways. तो अगर किसी को चार्टर्ड
Okay.
अकाउंटेंसी करना है या CFA एग्जाम देना है, best course for that. Then we have the School of Emerging Tech, which has data science and AI. Obviously, AI is, I mean, one has to be clinically ignorant to, not take AI in today's curriculum, especially now when, I mean, India just hosted, a huge AI summit, though it was in the highlights for the wrong reasons. But I mean, India का भी AI ecosystem बहुत strong हो रहा है. Palette AI you see
धीरे
is
धीरे हो
coming,
रहा
right? And OpenAI, the chairman was in
है.
India,
Yeah.
founder was in India, sorry. So
Yeah.
data science and AI हमारा एक course है, which we have launched with PwC and Ola Krutrim also. Ola Krutrim India का पहला chat box, मतलब chat GPT LLM बना रहा है.
Okay.
We have also launched a School of Design, which is again this year, which will have a design course, with it. So
Okay.
predominantly, these are the 5 undergrad programs that we are offering today.
Great. Okay. And so your pedagogy has been designed in a way that you are teaching management with tech, मतलब sort
The
of things.
pedagogy is actually very interesting. I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
so अगर आपको मैं pedagogy समझाऊं, I think the first part is that सारे programs का जितने हमारे 5 programs हैं, उनका जो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर है वो ये है कि यू हैव इन क्लास आउट क्लास, मतलब 4 साल का प्रोग्राम है, चारों पांचों. You do a component which is in class, जहां पे you are studying different subjects, and then there is an out class also where you are quintessentially project oriented, you're building it, right? Now
Hmm.
tech and business में जो आपने मुझे पूछा, for example, students are learning product management, they are learning
Hmm.
consulting, but they're also learning machine learning,
Okay.
right? तो एंड देन उनका जो पहला, जैसे आई टेल यू इन आउट क्लास जो मैंने आपको बताया, फॉर टेक एंड बिजनेस द फर्स्ट आउट क्लास इज ड्रॉप शिपिंग. These are kids who are barely in first year of college, right? जो लोग
Okay.
Shopify से मेटा एड्स चला के अपने
Hmm.
प्रोडक्ट्स को एंड टू एंड बेच रहे हैं without
Hmm.
taking the inventory, just like Amazon does, right?
Hmm.
For the past 3 years, our dropshipping revenue for undergrad has been 1.3 CR का baseline cumulative revenue.
अच्छा. Which is
So
good.
that is a great example, I think, of
Yeah.
how business के साथ साथ आप टेक भी चला रहे हो, because आप अपना ऐप भी खुद बना रहे हो, आप
Hmm.
अपने एड्स भी खुद चला रहे हो, राइट? लाइक अगर आपने वेबसाइट बनाया है ड्रॉप शिपिंग का, उसमें यू हैव टू आल्सो इंटीग्रेट रेजर पे, उसमें यू हैव टू बेसिकली इंटीग्रेट अ पेमेंट पोर्टल, राइट? सो दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच आवर स्टूडेंट्स डू अ लॉट. And similarly for data science and AI, our out class is applied AI challenge, जहाँ पे we are telling them, guys, आपने AI थोड़ा बहुत किया है, आपने Python किया है, now make a chatbot. Like a very interesting project some of our students are working on is, I'm sure आपने Gemini use किया होगा,
Yeah.
आपके और
Yeah.
आपके
Yeah.
users, right?
बिल्कुल
Gemini
बिल्कुल.
का एक बहुत ही बड़ा जो challenge है, I'll tell you this, Raghav, that if I cannot speak or if I cannot hear, if I'm deaf and dumb, I can't use Gemini because I can't give a voice prompt, right?
Yeah. You cannot do.
Technically, people who cannot speak, we have sign language, right? And Gemini does not integrate that. Like
Hmm.
this, for example, is thank you in sign language, right?
Hmm.
Our students are making an equivalent to Gemini, which integrates sign language. This is
Okay.
their first year of Outclass. So this is, I
Great
think, a
initiative.
little bit of an example of a project-based approach, if it
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously. Obviously. That's a great approach, by the
Hanji.
way. Yeah. Okay. So, and so we have talked about the pedagogy, we have talked about the courses, and we also know now why they are different from the other courses which other universities are providing. And what's about the placements and everything, sir?
The placement again, Raghav, I'll tell you, I mean, placement का हम लोग का approach बहुत अलग होता है, right? Like in
Okay.
most of the colleges, look, I am not saying right or wrong. I'm not being a moral police to anybody. I'm going to just
Okay.
report my observations.
Yeah.
अगर आप
Please.
देखोगे मैक्सिमम कॉलेजेस में क्या होता है कि इंटर्नशिप्स होती भी हैं और नहीं भी होती, मैंडेटरी नहीं होती.
Hmm.
आपने सेकंड या थर्ड ईयर में एक इंटर्नशिप किया होगा एंड देन द कॉलेज विल पुल ऑफ some of its strings and will get you a very high placement job at the end of fourth year, right? Technically, if you look into a student after fourth year, let's say somebody who's getting a 30 LPA, 35 LPA, 40 LPA, which a lot of universities claim as well, and that's rightly so, that person is not ready to tackle a job, the first job which pays that person 40 LPA, because there's no training prior, right? our approach to placement is different. So first of all, unlike other colleges, हमारा career services team is the largest team in the institution. Our CSO is headed by some of the finest consultants and product market managers. We have over 50 people in career services team solely, which is central, right?
Which is a good
These are the
mentorship.
these are the same people who are recruiting PG students also are getting PG students placed, and I'll come to the PG placement offer in a while. So in undergrad, what we do is quintessentially there are mandatory internships after every year. तो 4 साल के बाद आज जब अपना फुल टाइम में कहीं अपना सीवी दोगे तो you would have had done 2 internships, 3 internships, and at least solid 3-4 projects. Now, speaking of placements, so I'll start with PG. PG के जो हमारे placements है, because obviously PG is an older program, 2020 में वो शुरू भी हुआ था और वो 1 साल का ही होता है post graduate program, right? Last year our PG report is out. It's on the website as well. हमारे जो highest offer गए हैं वो 3 offer गए हैं for 1.1 CR India rules. The top 10% was around 50 lakhs average. It's all on our website. And the same firm which audits IIMs also audit us, which is B2K Analytics. Undergrad, our undergrad cohort is yet to graduate. The first cohort graduates next year. But our undergrad students have interned in Chios, Epigamia, Ernst & Young, Airbus, Zomato, Zepto, Shiprocket, and the list goes on. KPMG, I'm sure आपने आप viewers ने सुना होगा, it's a consulting
बिल्कुल
firm,
बिल्कुल
right?
बिल्कुल.
KPMG never hires from undergrad. KPMG का जो undergrad hiring है वो बहुत limited होता है. I mean, anybody working in KPMG can tell you, at least for India roles. Last year, KPMG came on campus and they took 8 students for internships to work on sports advisory. When the sports advisory vertical of KPMG in Bangalore took them. So that is how undergrad placements are happening right now at Masters Union. If that helps you with your question.
Great, great, great. Okay, one more question, Nadeep sir, which I have for you. Why students do BBA after, sorry, MBA after doing BBA? Is your undergrad degree sufficient enough if someone's do not want to pursue MBA, so he's fine with a degree
See,
or the
Raghav,
amount of,
personally, I'm going to tell you something from my experience, and maybe
yeah,
that could resonate with the viewers also.
yeah,
I, for example, did my undergrad in engineering, in civil engineering. Then I discovered international affairs, worked in UN for a while, and then I went and I switched to study a master's degree in international affairs from a place in France, in Paris called Sciences Po. जो मेरा
okay,
ऑब्जर्वेशन है मैंने वो देखा है कि एमबीए इन जनरल इज समथिंग व्हिच पीपल शुड नॉट जंप इनटू राइट आफ्टर. क्योंकि देखिए किसी भी
yeah,
कॉलेज में एमबीए की फीस ज्यादा होती है, राइट? दैट कुड बी, आई मीन यूएस ऑफ कोर्स यू नो हाउ कॉस्ट,
yeah,
व्हाट इज द
very
कॉस्ट ऑफ
costly.
एमबीए इन यूएस यूके, बिकॉज obviously the rate of return is much more, right? So what am I getting at is that in general MBA is something which people should take a little bit of time and solid work X, because MBA people would technically go for skills but also for the network to tap onto, right? So
Yeah,
now coming back to your question, देखिए Masters Union में the kind of projects, the kind of skill based pedagogy our students follow, by default they want to be involved in that full time affair for at least 2 or 3 solid years before jumping onto MBA. अब for
yeah,
example अगर कोई अपना startup बना रहा है, right? Like we have so many students now. I mean, 2 of them have gone to Shark Tank also. If
okay,
somebody is working on his or her startup, it's going to take them time. At least
hmm,
though, if somebody really wants to excel in their personal entrepreneurial journey, it'll take them easily 3-4 years to crack into the right network, get the seed funding, get the product going. So till that time I think MU's experience will just be okay.
okay, getting it. Okay, do we also have any student exchange program for the students in abroad or any
So
other colleges?
student exchange happens in 2 ways. एक long term होता है, एक short term होता है. Long term we have right now we 2 very active partnerships. One with Illinois Tech Chicago, in the Chicago
Okay,
campus, because Illinois Tech's also coming to India in Godrej City. So in the Chicago campus, to clarify. And the second is with Griffith University, Australia. So we have a 2+2 program with Griffith as well.
okay,
Both these programs are nominations based. आपको nominate किया जाएगा if you don't have any disciplinary actions against you, if your academic performance is good, then you get into. So these are long term
Great.
programs जो कि आपके technical student exchange में fit आते हैं, right? Now we also have short term programs which we call as global immersion programs जो कि 10 दिन 15 दिन इसके bracket में होता है जहाँ पे we take them to a different country and they get to go to all the different industries. They get to basically understand the industry ecosystem of that country. Like our students went to Japan for their first GIP. अगर आपने Rakuten सुना होगा या आपके viewers ने सुना होगा, it is the Amazon of Japan. So they went to Rakuten's headquarters. Then they
Okay.
met Nissan Motors ke, CEO similarly. Then they went to Singapore. I took them to Europe last year where, we took them to 4 countries, France, Netherlands, Switzerland, and Germany, where they again went to BMW, Philips, Rabobank, EDF वगैरह में. Abhi just we finished the GIP in Dubai, and the next month's planned for
Great,
South
great.
Korea. So it happens like that.
Totally great. Okay. So now I would like to a question which obviously everyone wants to know about is, do masters unions provide any kind of a scholarship to scholarships to the student by any kind,
Yeah, yeah,
by
of course,
giving?
of course. देखिए मास्टर्स यूनियन इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. आप अगर वेबसाइट पे अगर व्यूअर्स जाएंगे उनको बहुत क्लियरली दिख जाएगा. बट टू ऑल्सो आंसर योर क्वेश्चन, स्कॉलरशिप्स हमारे दो बेसिकली प्राइमरी होते हैं. वन इज मेरिट स्कॉलरशिप which is given exclusively on the performance of the student in the interview and in scholarship assessment test mainly. 45 का होता है अगर आपके 35 के ऊपर हैं और आपका अगर इंटरव्यू ठीक ठाक गया है, you automatically get a scholarship. And that is part of your offer letter. You don't have to apply separately. And then we also have for data science and AI, we also have JEE based scholarships because for data science and AI, we accept JEE scores. तो अगर आपके JEE मेंस में आपके 90 परसेंटाइल के ऊपर हैं और आपने
जी.
एडवांस के लिए क्वालिफाई कर लिया है, then for that also you get a scholarship.
Okay. So there are scholarships that have been provided by the
Yeah,
students.
yeah, of course. I mean, accessibility is something which we are very keen about, of course.
Okay, okay, okay. And what are the things that like the students will get in profile building, and the like any kind of help has been provided by the college for developing their profile in certain like domains, whichever they want to pursue their career in?
यार देखो प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग ना, राघव, आई टेल यू इट्स अ वेरी वेग टर्म. आई फाइंड इट वेरी वेग. ये ना
Okay,
मतलब इट्स
okay.
लाइक द स्काई, वेरी बिग. ना इफ
Yeah.
यू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ डू यू डेवलप अ प्रोफाइल, मतलब अगर मुझे खुद की प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग करनी होगी, हाउ विल आई डू इट? व्हेन आई लुक
First,
एट समबडी
yeah,
हु इज मोर एक्सपीरियंस्ड, when I look at
बिल्कुल सही.
somebody who is in my line of work who has 20x more experience than what I have right now, right? Now, this is by default a part of Masters Union. Because if you look into our everyday life, around 40% of our faculty base is actually CEO and CXO. Like, for
जी.
example, we have the ex-CEO of Airtel, Mr. Manoj Kohli ji, who's also a chairperson. He teaches a course. We have the ex-VP of Morgan Stanley, who's teaching a course. दुनिया भर के entrepreneurs, मतलब ऐसा कोई ब्रांड नहीं है जहाँ के टॉप CEOs और CXOs मास्टर्स यूनियन में आए नहीं है. We have also onboarded somebody from Tesla, Dr.
Okay,
Rachel
okay, okay.
Conrad. She worked in Tesla with actually for communication. She's a visiting faculty. So, घुमा के जो आपका जो question है profile building, when you look at somebody who is in the industry, who's mentoring you, who's teaching you, passing on the wisdom, आप automatically आपकी profile grow कर जाती है. So yes, and of course, like the way I talked about career services team, we also have our entrepreneurship team also. So for people who want to, let's say, go in a completely different direction of only getting their business, so they also get that mentorship.
Great, great, great. So, guys, it's so I think that was a very wonderful session, sir. It was very helpful for the students. Is there anything that you want to like add on whatever you have said right now? You want to conclude or brief anything, please, sir?
So, viewers, I don't know which all classes are you from, but what I will say is that Masters Union today is an ecosystem which is welcoming of all the classes. We do a lot of profile building, जैसे कि आपका राघव मुझे पूछ रहे थे, on our campus as well. We have summer schools, we have winter schools. In fact, today there is a hackathon happening on campus. We just wrapped up a startup weekend in Hyderabad at a school called Page Academy. So You don't have to wait for 12th exams to be over to connect with us. You can connect with us much early. Come visit our campus whenever you want to, because like I said, we are a very transparent organization. आप आइए अपने पेरेंट्स को लेके आइए, meet everybody, see the hostels for those who are not based out of Gurgaon, and then we are more than happy to have a chat about how we can help you in your journey.
Okay, that was a very wonderful thing, sir. And I think everybody's doubts on Master Union are like cleared today. I think we have covered everything, sir, right? We have talked about fees, we have talked about scholarship, we have talked about the opportunities, we have talked about the pedagogy, the education system, everything of Masters Union. So, guys, if you want to start your journey with Masters Union, so sir, can you tell the exam dates or the form filling dates to the students so they can be prepared?
Forms are open already. We don't
Okay.
have a date as such because the forms were launched in, I mean, every admission cycle, we launch the forms in November. So basically, once you fill up your form, submit the video essay, within 10 days of that, you receive a link for your aptitude test, which is active for a week. तो एक हफ्ते में आप कभी भी वो test ले सकते हो. And after that, you have your GD, group discussion, and PI. For some students, it happens online. For most of them, it happens offline in on the campus and in different parts of India.
Okay. Okay. Can I ask you last question, please? That what is a master's union is looking in a student, like what you're looking for in a student, like how your student should be, what you're looking for a
देखिए,
student, like
definitely I'll quote my MD, and I mean the same question is asked to her like a million times. We are looking for people who are very passionate, जिनको अब देखिए जैसे वेरी क्लासिक एग्जांपल, आप किसी भी जगह पे आके मुझे बोल रहे हैं दैट वी आर वेरी पैशनेट अबाउट बिजनेस एंड वी वांट टू टेक आवर फैमिली बिजनेस टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल, एंड मैं आपको पूछ रहा हूँ दैट अच्छा व्हाट इज योर फैमिली बिजनेस इन, एंड आप मुझे कह रहे हो आई डोंट नो. So that doesn't work
yeah,
like that, right? So we need people who are passionate, who have the fire in their belly, because MU is eventually a hustle culture. आपका जो स्टार्टअप आइडिया है वो 50 लोगों का और है, राइट? So in
yeah,
that case, how do you innovate? When you keep at it, when you keep going with optimism, एक से मना हो गया दूसरे से, you actually have the endurance of an athlete. You could do your classes, but still work on your product, still do your internships. Like if you look into an average MU student, that one student does a lot, I feel, right?
yeah.
But that's because that student is ambitious. Something funny for the viewers, I'll leave wondering. We don't have mass bunks in Masters Union, by the way. Because rationale is कि आप किसकी class bunk करोगे? Whoever is coming to teach you has like 20, a network of 20 VCs, a network of, I don't know, 13 people giving internships or two people looking for full-time positions, right? So eventually it all boils down to how strongly headed you are to survive at Masters Union, and
Masters
kind of
Union.
surprise yourself with the results.
Okay. So thank you, Snehadeep sir, for being with us and clearing all the doubts. It was a wonderful session, sir. So thank you everyone for joining our live and being there. And I hope that all the doubts of yours related to Masters Juniors are solved now. And if you have any query, you can anytime contact us on IPM Careers and we'll tell you everything about Masters Union. Okay. So for much information, you can subscribe our channel, hit the bell icon so that you can never miss any updates from IPM Careers. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.